Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Alfa Shamimi binti Saiful Anwar. My metric number is 2021895772. In this case study report, I will explain about introduction for plate bearing, which is a definition and operation of plate bearing. Definition of plate bearing test. Plate bearing tests are frequently used in geotechnical engineering. It is to determine a ground surface physical characteristic, including its true strength and ground bearing capacity. Plate bearing also employed when the soil has a harder texture or when the ground particle sizes are big. Plate bearing test is also frequently used in the design and evaluation of working platforms, where the characteristic of the ground beneath must be identified in order to ensure that the platform will be stable in operation. Now we move to operation of plate bearing test. In general, a working platform's foundation level is where a plate bearing test is conducted. This is due to the possibility that it may be on the ground surface or in a small pit. This is so because the form of in situ test involves setting up a circular steel plate on the ground and applying increasing loads until the plate starts to settle quickly.
Now it's time for advantages of plate bearing. The first one is plate bearing test can be completed quickly and simply. The second one is they may be carried out on the spot. The third one is a variety of soil types can be tested using this testing procedure. The next one is the finding of these tests are correct. The second last one is they are time and money effective. And the last one is portable and simple to assemble plate bearing test equipment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Abashar bin Zahrimi. My metric number is 2021896088. I take part in background and objective. So, background of the case study. Our group has chosen to conduct this case study at Hospital Sri Iskandar construction site in daerah Perak Tengah. This construction site has started since 29 October 2021 and it has been estimated finished on 28 October 2024. In addition, this site also has been conducted by contractor company named Kayangan Emas Sedihan Berhad, and it also joined by JKR Perak Tengah. Since we choose soil investigation as our topic in this case study, we went there for the purpose of studying about plate bearing test in construction site as we already explained above. Next, objective of the case study: to investigate the methods of construction for plate bearing test in site. Second, to determine advantages of plate bearing test in construction site. Third, to determine the equipment used for plate bearing test in construction site.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syafiqah Elvina and my matrix number is 2021616814 and I take part in work procedure. The first one is site preparation. We selected our place at construction site of a hospital which is at Sri Iskandar Perak. Number 2 is the equipment and material. We prive the equipment and the material of the plate bearing to do the test. Number 3 is set up the equipment. Then we do the test setup to measure it accurately. Number 4 is work procedure. Start to do the test procedure and record the data for each stage. Lastly, test completion. We have the test completion to ensure the result of the test is accurately and precise.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and hello. My name is Muhammad Naf'an bin Fendi and my metric number is 2021830662 and I will present about the equipment for the plate bearing test for our case study recently. As you know, that plate bearing test is done when shallow foundation are to be used or when temporary work structure such as piling rake or crane will be required on the site. This test checks the bearing capacity of the soil near the surface of the ground. It's need to know the bearing capacity of soil underneath because the result from the test can be used as the design parameter or used to confirm the design assumption. The first instrumentation is steel plate itself. the bearing surface is circular steel plate, the plate diameter might vary based on the test requirement and projected load capacity. Second is hydraulic jet. As you can see, the red line that I circle and highlight, it shows the position of the hydraulic jet in the steel plate. Hydraulic jet is used to apply the vertical load to the steel plate. The jet should have sufficient capacity to achieve the desired test load. And as you can see, the figure is like something rounded thing. It was the load cell 250 kilonewton. Load cell are used to precisely determine how much is being applied, how much load is being applied, the result between the hydraulic jet and the reaction frame or load application system. During the test, load cell offer real-time load value. For number 4 is reaction frame. As you can see that something frame like some frame color, red color is the reaction frame. The reaction frame is used to transfer the load from the hydraulic jet to the load cell and the plate. It provides the stability and ensures that the load is distributed uniformly across the plate. For number 5 is displacement transcender. Displacement transcender is also known as a dia gauges or displacement sensor, are used to measure the plate settlement or deformation that are mounted to support on the plate in order to detect its movement when loaded. For number 6 is data acquisition system. Data acquisition system that is used to record and monitor the load and settlement reading during the test. The system collect and store the data for the future analysis. For number 7 is surveying equipment. As you can see this picture, it shows the tether light because the tether light is used for the surveillance instrument to ensure the plate is level and centered accurately to the test location. For the last one is miscellaneous tool. Miscellaneous tools is required for the test, include the measuring tape, marker, hand tool, and safety equipment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. My name is Muhammad Imam bin Umar Shahidi. My matric number is 2021453688 and I will be presenting the conclusion part of this case study. So, on a final note, our group has conducted a case study on how the soil investigation was carried out at the construction site of the soon-to-be-built Hospital Sri Iskandar. The results from this case study was a successful and satisfying outcome for us. From this case study, we learned how important it is to do a soil investigation on the construction site. In order to not bring any misfortune to the site before and after the construction process. Moreover, JKR uses the plate bearing test to carry out the soil investigation on the construction site. This helps us find a suitable foundation, evaluate the bearing capacity of topsoil, and to find any possibilities of a settlement under the point investigated. This contributes to the fact that the building was planned to be built on a shallow foundation. We also learned the procedure that were done in order to carry out the plate bearing test on the construction site. This helps us in many ways, from understanding our course better and understand what are the things that we will do during our future occupations in the construction industry.